to the center court at Wimbledon's championship. There's an inscription that reads, "If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat the two impostors just the same." Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Roger Federer, AKA Mr. Nice Guy, takes this statement to heart whenever he steps on a tennis court. You will never know if he's losing or winning when he's playing a match. When he's holding that trophy, that winning trophy, he congratulates the runner-up, compliments the runner-up. When he's holding the runner-up trophy, he congratulates the winner and compliments the winner. He does not have a bad word to say to anybody, and he does not make excuses why he loses a match. That's Mr. Nice Guy. Roger Federer, AKA Fed Express. He turned pro in 1998, a young 17-year-old tennis pro. It took him 5 years in 2003 to win his first Grand Slam at Wimbledon, of all places. In 2004, he became #1 in the world. For 4 consecutive years until 2008. Do you know how hard that is to maintain that position at #1 in the world? It takes a lot of patience, practicing on and off the court, dedication, and of course, he's Mr. FedEx, so it was easy for him. The tennis legend Rod Laver said about him, the best way to beat Roger Federer is if you take a racket and beat him over the head with it. Pete Sampras, he's a tennis legend that won 14 majors. And by the way, Roger Federer bypassed him very quickly. He said, "I think he is more dedicated than I ever was. I think he's going to go and pass 14, 16, 17, 18 majors," and he did. Just recently, he reached his 18th Grand Slam in January at the Australian Open. And he's going to break all records. Jimmy Connors said, "In the modern game of tennis, you're either a clay court specialist, hard court specialist, or a grass court specialist, or you're Roger Federer." Roger Federer, the Swiss maestro, 22 years old. He had this vision when he first won his Wimbledon championship. He had this vision. He believed he would win a lot of money and a lot of titles, which he did. So he thought of sharing his life. That he's so fortunate and privileged. He wanted to share his life with the unprivileged children of the world, especially South Africa, where his mother's from. So he wanted to start a Roger Federer Foundation. He believes that every unprivileged child in the world should have good access to good education, and he wanted to help these kids. In 2010, he had Match for Africa collaborated with Nadal. And they raised $4 million. 2.5 of that went to Roger Federer's foundation. In 2014, he had match for Africa #2. He raised almost 1.1 million. Match 3 and 4 for Africa was just recently played in April. And they raised almost 3.5 million, a total of 7 million. And he was taken aback by this foundation of money. He couldn't believe it. And he felt so honored to have this opportunity to help these unprivileged kids. And Roger Federer has a quote. He said, "There's no way around hard work. Embrace it. You have to put in the hours because there's always something which you can improve." And that's exactly what Neil was saying about coming here tonight. And did you remember? That's exactly what you were saying. So we can all learn from this. This is why Roger Federer I'm a huge fan of Roger Federer because he's a delightful young man. Well, he's not that young anymore because he just turned 36, I believe. But he's been in the game forever. And he, as I said, the inscription on that center court, I guess, gave him the opportunity to prove that he's a really first-class person. And by the way, he won 5 Wimbledons straight consecutive years from 2003 to 2007. What a wonderful guy.